So do you think that the video about you and Jobs, look at the camera, you gotta look at the camera, the video about you and Jobs, does that put me as a guy who runs promotions, does fundraisers, helps charity organizations, works with other businesses, does corporate events, help people promote their products, be successful, I help people be positive, motivated, and successful. Do you think the video that we made together as a white man and a black man and a dubstep machine, was that video, would that make me look bad in your opinion?
No. Here's why. Okay. The word racist on the cover, when you go to YouTube.
The title?
It just simply is saying I would be branded as a racist if I speak about a wall, if I speak about anything concerning Trump, even though he went to black churches and he campaigned with them and promised jobs. You understand? So these two issues right there, I would be branded a racist. Not that I'm a racist, or the cameraman, the man that's hosting this website is a racist. Okay. It's just the point.
As super cities of the world, right?
Yeah.
Los Angeles is one of the mega cities of the world.
Yeah.
Right? It's right up there with the top fucking 10.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, where did you come from?
I was raised in South Central. My great-grandfather was Mexican. He fought in the Alamo War, and my father's black, of course. So I was raised in South Central, born in Ohio. So when I got to South Central,
how old were you?
A lot of things happened. Dope came in. Probably all came from Mexico, if I got it right. I was raised from 71 to 2000 in Los Angeles. I went to many funerals. I went to funerals that you wouldn't believe. We went to funerals.
Well, there are probably KKK racist Nazis that killed these black people at these funerals, right? I want to, because I've been watching CNN, and as far as I can see, you know, that's really what's going on here. Is there's this KKK racist Nazi war going on against black people for a long time, and it's finally coming to a head. Is that what these funerals were all about?
Well, I remember in Vermont, in Manchester, in LA, it said, "Congratulations, KKK, black people in our town have killed so many black people." But the point is that the KKK is not who we fear. It's the people riding up and ghost riding because of turf and drugs, like the curfew that was put out on the African Americans by the mafia. And I ain't got nothing else to say about that. But if you was outside at 10 o'clock, you get your noggin knocked off. Hey, all I'm saying, if someone killed my son, I wish I could trace and find out who did it and bring him to justice. That's all I'm saying. Unless you have...
So a lot of these funerals that you went to, you were talking a few minutes ago about who killed these black kids.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Oh, the kids? A couple of funerals. I went to a lot of funerals. These were black-on-black crime funerals, but there were some funerals where we knew who killed the person. They were probably illegal because you can't trace them. But all we know is the noggins knocked off, man, and African Americans down there know the code. They know, okay, this happened. This happened. There's nothing you can do, but what we want at least to know if someone did murder a couple of the friends that I have, and if they were from over the border, we wish that the person could be caught by having fingerprints. This is what a wall means to me. At least we might can catch the shooter. We don't know. African Americans get hit by...
So you're saying people that are illegal immigrants aren't traceable?
You can't trace them. They can be where they come from, Mexico, from Russia, worse, Iran, or one of the countries we're at war with. They caught on the border, watch Border Patrol sometime, they caught a guy from Nigeria. He came a long way, man. So the borders, if they're not protected, it's an issue, not only with crime, or knowing who raped your daughter, who killed your daughter. If I ain't have no fingerprints, there's no way identifying me, and I have no ID. Common sense, it just would tell you they're gonna get away. How would you like somebody killing your mother? Don't go protecting and talking, don't build a wall, and you're gonna leave my children for dead. All I'm saying is, if it's an issue of protection, it's not an immigration thing, it's a regulation thing. We're at war. The 10 Towers were real. That wasn't a fake thing. People really got hit. They are serious about taking Americans out. Not to mention the drugs and the mayhem that swept through South Central, destroyed many families. How much of that dope was over that border? Am I blaming Mexicans? Hell no. My great-grandfather fought in the Alamo as a Mexican general. No, I'm saying it's just common sense. You gotta protect your borders, especially when you're at war. Not to mention how many Americans are here and how many Americans don't have jobs. If we do the numbers on that, you can't even take care of your own house. How you gonna minister to another house? That says you're worse than an infidel if you don't provide for your own house. First, restore to Americans. Quit writing people off. Jobs. You bring them here. Our criminals need jobs so they don't re-crime up, get stressed out, go break in my daughter's house and rape and mug and kill her and take her Jeep and everything. We need jobs for all Americans to give them dignity and respect. That's all I heard from Trump. All I heard from my party is simply this. And by the way,
Simply what?
Trump with North Korea, Trump with Russia, Trump did this, Trump did that. Where's my representation as far as the jobs that we need so that we can stop selling dope on the streets? Maybe we can keep the law and not be forced to survive and break a law that is meant for destruction. Meaning, if you're a two-time felon, it's hard for you to get a job as it is. And no one wants to work with that kind of person. But we got to restore that person back to society. If you don't, it's going to roost on the other side of the country. Or it'll come out in another community. Crime will not stop.
So this boils down to self-respect because you have a job and you're earning your own money and you're taking care of your family and being a man.
And I don't have to because I couldn't find a job because I went to sell dope and the consequences of that got me 30 years. A fatherless child. The children have no father. Couldn't find work. And you're kidding me? You're gonna give jobs to other people? Really? That don't have they ain't paid a tax or don't have an ID? How fair is that? I ain't just talking about Mexico, I'm talking about any immigrant. Immigrants from India or anywhere where they come into the country and they got jobs and we still ain't got no jobs. In South Central, where the jobs? So, I have no regret about saying we need jobs. Brother, for African Americans, that's important for our children to be able to work. If you got a problem with that, you're racist. Yeah, I'm not the one racist for saying get a wall. I gotta protect my kids. It's why protecting kids is not really important because you're black. Oh, you should be able to deal with everybody that comes up in your town. No problem, everybody. But we can't even find jobs for the people that have been living here all their lives. So it's hypocrisy. If you're a Democrat and you're in his face talking about North Korea and Russia, and meanwhile body bags are piling up because of crime. Meanwhile, somebody's getting robbed as we speak. Meanwhile, there's somebody that lost their self-esteem and blew their brains out. Meanwhile, there's a fatherless child somewhere because the father wound up doing something he shouldn't have did because you don't know what it's like to be on the end when you're trying to struggle to combat for a $10 an hour job. You don't know what it's like to drop out of school because there's so much poverty you could not stay in school. You had to go work to help take care of your crackhead mother or your baby's daddy that was just gone from the home because he was on something else, trying to hustle and bring money in. He get 30 years, 50 years, big time for breaking the law. If you want to keep the law, politicians, give them jobs. Simple solution to a simple problem. No jobs, crime. Crime, institutions and penitentiary. Who gets rich? The ones that run it, and the slaves free continues. No restoration. And we're repairing the breach slightly, like a whitewash wall. Just saying it's something. Oh, we're helping. But no, you're steady hiring immigrants from all over the world. To hell with them brothers. To hell with them Spanish, Latino people and Asian people that broke the law. We don't restore them jobs. We should, because they're going to go back and continue and make more victims in this country. If you don't think that's serious, wait till that chicken come and roost in your house. And if it did roost in your house, you're going to know that a wall is talking about security. Forget Trump. Put him out the picture. If
we have a wall here. Look.
If Hillary would have said it,
We got a wall protecting our pool.
If Hillary would have said build a wall, I think people would have understood. You can't sell out of the Americans for a vote. If we need protection, if we're dropping bombs out of the sky and hitting people's houses while they eat their food and blow up their family and their kids, and you say it's okay to leave your door open after you just went and murdered across the street your neighbor's wife's son, or whatever you did, and left them over there, and you're gonna leave your door wide open? Really? Are you sane? Are you? I'm trying to box you now. I'm gonna sell you on this. Would you murder your neighbor and leave your front door open? We're doing it as we speak. So if you say don't put a wall up, forget Democrat, Republican, common sense. They blew up the Twin Towers, dude. They're pretty serious. Do you know what happened in Kuwait when he released that chemical warfare? Do you know how easy it is to bring germs over that border and release them? Do you want pestilence, plague, and all the things that are a biblical revelation proportion to come in this country? Just keep letting it. No problem. No regulation. It's okay. The hell with it, because it's Trump, brother. It's the truth. Protect yourself, especially when you're in war. Al-Qaeda take us very serious. You don't think they take us serious? No, they don't take us serious. They just hoorah'd it on our Pentagon, hoorah'd it on our Twin Towers, and it wasn't serious. Just let them all in. Everybody, come on. Here, I don't even need to check it. Freedom. Every worldwide freedom. One day, man, one day, you better hear this. If you continue down that road, one day your enemy will come through your gate. And what they are putting together for us, we can't handle. Because there's money involved. And if germ warfare would be the worst to even get it in this country. No war? Really? Are you drunk? You're at war. Oh, we just trampled over the bodies of the ones that fell in the Twin Towers. And I guarantee from their graves they would scream, build a wall to protect yourself, Americans. These cats are serious. Now you can argue with all of that. And if you still argue with all of that, something's delusional about you knowing history in countries that gates were open when a country was under siege. Let's say Israel, for example. Well, they starved them out. Well, it's okay. You know, you go build a well outside in the desert and you let the water come into the city during siege. That's where they did it. But the problem is, after so long, brother, in that siege, it can get ugly. Here's the point. When one time the water dried up, it came up on, I don't know if it was the sheep gate of Israel, but it was one of their walls that wasn't right. And they came marching right up under that wall. Or they broke down that wall. Why did Nehemiah try to replace a wall? We're talking about Bible now. History. Right? Why didn't he go back to rebuild? The first thing he did was rebuild the wall. If you would have asked Nehemiah, you Democratic Christians, would you look at Nehemiah and say, hey dude, don't build a wall, it's racism. He's going to tell you it may be racism, but if we don't build this wall, we going to all die. So which one is more important? We all die or be labeled a racist? You tell me. No, you tell me. Ask Nehemiah, maybe he'll know. Because notice he didn't go in there to have a party. He went in there to say, well, wait a minute, folks. We got to build this wall. And why did the other countries come in and say to him, why are you building that wall? And try to frustrate the purpose. Why did they have to build a wall with a weapon in their hand? Each had a weapon. Read Nehemiah. Each had a weapon in it. We're going to build this wall. That's what they were saying. And the enemies was out there mocking them and saying, you ain't going to build that wall, brother. Jerusalem, but guess what? I think they were either in Syria or Babylon, and they were given the things that they needed to restore that country. Oh, come on, you Democratic Christians, you know what I'm talking about. And you Republican Christians, you know what I'm talking about, right, guys? They rebuilt that wall. And what happened? What happened with the wall? They had a weapon in their hand, and they built that wall. First thing they did was secure their borders. Now that's what they did, and they got invaded. They went into captivity. America, do you want to be invaded by a foreigner? If people in history have done this, what make you think you don't have to do it? If you would.